Dela writes, my MVVs, welcome.
Yes, so report has it that Ebony stormed out of the palace after catching Ooni of Ife and Queen Naomi dancing intimately in the royal, private royal garden. Now, as we are hearing, if the information is true, they say that soon after the discovery was made that has to do with the, the hairdresser, okay? And everything was made bare. Ooni of Ife saw what Ebony was trying to do and everything. They said Ooni of Ife was very upset. And when Queen Naomi left, okay, at some point she thought that Queen Naomi had already left, okay? Because most times when Queen Naomi comes, if Queen Naomi is to return to Akure, they go by road. But if Queen Naomi is to go to Lagos, they go with the chopper. The chopper takes Queen Naomi to Ibadan, and then the jet takes Queen Naomi to Lagos. And that is the same route that the Ooni of Ife takes. Okay. So the chopper never left, and Ebony got an information that evening that Queen Naomi had left, that apparently Queen Naomi was going to Akure, and so she thought that Queen Naomi had left. And because Ooni of Ife was inside, Ooni of Ife never came out, and everywhere was just quiet. They said Ebony now went and, to go and meet with the Ooni of Ife and speak to the Ooni of Ife, only to go and meet Ooni of Ife and Queen Naomi just having their time, like in the private royal garden, like they were dancing to, is it blues or, is it country, whatever music they were dancing to. They said Ebony could not help it. They said that was how she stormed out of the palace. They said it all began under the golden light of the late evening sun in the palace, most private and protected space. The royal garden, a space usually reserved for moments of solitude or deeply personal gathering, okay? The Ooni of Ife, regal and magnetic as ever, had requested Queen Naomi's presence for what palace insiders described as a heart-to-heart, but what started as a quiet conversation quickly blossomed into something much more intimate and symbolic, with soft Yoruba melodies. Okay, they say it was soft Yoruba melodies floating through the air from a hidden instrumentalist believed to have been summoned especially for the moment the Ooni and Queen Naomi began to dance. Okay, remember, private, in quote. Not just any dance. Dela, right, we are talking about the kind of slow, soulful, love-infused movement that can melt even the coldest of heart. Their eyes, locked, their bodies in sync, and their laughter, it echoed softly through the trees like a lullaby for the ancestors. But just as the enchantment reached a peak, the unexpected happened. Ebony, okay, the vocal wife, entered the garden unannounced. She had reportedly come searching for the Ooni of Ife to discuss a private matter, unaware that a whole, royal, scene was already on the way. And what did she do? Her husband, the Ooni of Ife, not just with Queen Naomi, but completely enthralled by her, dancing with a passion and reverence that left no room for misunderstanding. Hey, eyewitnesses say Ebony froze for a moment, her eyes wide with disbelief and her hands clenched tightly by her side. Then, in a fiery burst of emotion, she turned on her heels and stormed out of the palace garden, her heels echoing across the marble corridor, her royal cloak fluttering behind her like a dark, storm cloud. The palace has since been tense, so Ebony is said to have refused her evening meal, choosing instead to lock herself in her royal suit. Her attendants have been, tightly, but one close aide confessed that her royal highness, felt deeply humiliated and cut off cut off from the Ooni's heart. She's feeling so bad. Some said this isn't the first time Queen Naomi's presence has sparked jealousy among the palace queen, but this public display of affection between her and the Ooni has taken things to a whole new level. Meanwhile, Queen Naomi remains calm and unbothered. Sources close to her say she didn't even know Ebony had witnessed the moment. To her, it was just a sacred dance between two souls who once shared and maybe still share, something so eternal. There are what this means for the palace dynamic. Will Ebony confront the Ooni of Ife? I don't know. Hey, wahala. They say Kabiyesi has remained silent on the matter, but those close to him say he has not visited Ebony or called Ebony since that incident. Instead, he was seen in deep thought at the, chamber of the ancestral blessing early in the morning, perhaps seeking divine guidance in matters of the heart. Della right, we must ask, is the Ooni of Ife finally making it clear where his heart belongs? You and I know that. As Naomi Grace poise and quiet strength rekindle the flame he once held for her. Yes, of course. No matter how much the traditionalists they want to make this look as if it will never happen, it will happen because they are not God. They don't have the power to stop what God has put together. And what God has put together is the love that Kabiyesi shares with Olori Naomi. And nobody whatsoever has the right to tell, Ooni of Ife what to do with his life and the love of his life. I'm going to bring you more update. Do not forget, these are all alleged, rumored, unverified information making the rounds on social media and should not be seen as fact.